In this video, we're going to explore some more features regarding lights and shadows in Canva. So the very first one which I want to show you is how you can create a inner shadow in a very fast way. So let's find a subject which might as well be this graphic right here. We're going to add it in the center. And the very next thing we're gonna do is we're going to find some sorts of gradient background. So maybe something around these lines. Let's just try a few. So I'm going to select the element. So I'm going to select the background and add it right here. And at this point, what I want is some sort of a inner shadow for an element which I'm going to locate on the right. And after that, we're going to apply a outer shadow. So probably let's just keep this one right here for now. And what we're gonna do is we're going to add a second level gradient, which is going to be white. Let's see if we can find something which is around the lines of what we are looking for. Or maybe let's let's search for light. So sometimes it's just a matter of exploring different gradients. And let's search for maybe with the S. So, or actually maybe let's just go with transparent. And that's exactly what I was looking for. So let's take, for example, this gradient right here, which is take a moment to upload. And now, as you can see, we have this basic gradient which we can hack and basically create a few duplicates of this in order to create the effect of a inner shadow box, which is something that is going to make sense in just a moment. I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to basically rotate it using this tool right here and make sure that it's 90 degrees. And I'm going to bring it just like that. And what we can do here is to just give it a little bit of an opacity, either on the top or on the bottom, so that we are going to see them mixed. And at this point, what we're going to do is we're also going to just check that everything is lined up correctly. So I'm going to bring this a little bit more on the right. Same for this one. Same for this one. And if you zoom out, you're not really going to see in the final exported version much of edges. Or also another thing you can consider doing is just like stretching it. But for the time being, I think we are good with this solution. Now I clicked on R in order to add a rectangle. And basically at this point, what I want to do is to make it go through all the way. And I'm going to position it to the back. Now at this point, I'm going to give it a transparency of say 33%. And we have our basic level rectangle. Now another thing that you might as well consider is the fact that we're going to add an element. So at this point, I'm going to add some social media elements. And let's add, for example, Instagram. This logo here, I think could work well. Or let's go with the brand new one. So I'm going to add it over here. Let's change the color. And at this point, we have our basic Instagram section. So I can also make it smaller if I prefer. So maybe we can give more emphasis to the actual icon. And let's add some text that is going to basically tell us what is the Instagram profile. I'm just going to make one up. So and we're going to change the color to white. And at this point, we're going to go ahead and add some sort of a drop shadow effect. So as you can remember from one of the previous videos, you can access all sorts of different shadow effects directly from here. And we're going to change, for example, the offset, the direction you can change also from here. And we're going to blur it just a little bit. Also going to change the color so that it's more visible in contrast with the actual background. And this is it. So we have a drop shadow. We have created this hacked inner shadow, which you can create also in other ways. You can also use other softwares. At the moment, as far as I realized, there isn't an inner shadow for this type of elements, but I'm sure that they're going to integrate it soon. So let's add also a blur effect under this element, so that we can simulate a glow. So at this point, I'm going to select one of these effects. Maybe let's try this one. Actually, it's not that visible, so I'm going to try something a little bit more pronounced. Maybe this one, but I think that the color combination is not ideal. So let's go back one step, and we're probably going to try either this one or this one. Just a matter of trial and error, but I think with this one here, we're actually going to be in a good position. So I'm just going to make it bigger, and I'm going to bring it all the way to the back so that we have this nice composition established. All right, so I'm going to select all of this, and basically what we're gonna do is we're going to bring it more on the right. So this is, we're actually going to group it. I'm using Command G, and then selecting this text right here, bringing it to the center, bring this one more on the left, and here we have a outer glow. We have a inner shadow, which we hacked with this gradients, and also the drop shadow effects. So this is it when it comes to the lighting and shadow effects, and I'll see you in the next video.